Greetings, royal family. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. Just wanted to come on here and just give my quick commentary about certain celebrities speaking out. You know, many of these celebrities, they're not sitting around and in silence. You know, a lot of them are being proactive in protesting and showing their support and standing in solidarity with the black community. And in the past few days, you know, many have participated in protests. I did report recently Portia. She was actually, you know, in the field. She ended up being tear gas. Thank goodness she is okay. So these two, KEKE Palmer and Jay-Z, you know, just two out of many celebrities who are showing their support in the recent social injustices. Kind of wanted to just talk about what they've been up to. And Jay-Z, Sean Carter, you know, he has an organization titled Team Rock. And they took out a full page newspaper ads in support of George Floyd and the protesters. So Team Rock is like the philanthropic extension of Jay-Z's entity, the big giant Rock Nation. So again, he's taken out full page ads in multiple newspapers across the US. And again, this is to support the protesters. And the letter is dedicated to George Floyd and includes a passage from a speech from Martin Luther King Jr. that he gave in Selma in 1965. Now, publication of the letter marks a partnership with multiple families who've lost children to police brutality, as well as activists and attorneys. So there were a number of people who contributed their signatures to the letter. Angela Rye, Michael Eric Dyson, Antoine Rose's mother, Michelle Kenny, DJ Henry's parents, Dan Roy and Angela Henry, Charlemagne the God, George Floyd's family attorneys Benjamin Crump and Lee Merritt, the Botham Jean Foundation, and many more, just to name a few. So again, those individuals, they contributed their signatures to the letter. And the letter appears in the New York Times, the Los Angeles Times, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the Minneapolis Star Tribune, and elsewhere. So demonstrators, they've continued bravely, as you guys probably see all over social media, all over the news. They're all across the U.S. following George Floyd's murder. Even as, gosh, I don't even know if I should say this, but even as police insisted on like ramping up things, you know, by arresting journalists, attacking protesters, you know, people are still out there, and support across the globe is being displayed. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So Minneapolis officer Derek, whatever, you guys know, he was charged with third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. And today, the Attorney General, just to give you an update, upgraded his charges. His bail went from $500,000 to $1 million. And the other three officers were charged with aiding and abetting second-degree manslaughter. Now, this is a statement given by the Minnesota Attorney General, Keith Ellison. He says that all the officers involved will be charged to the highest degree of accountability. And he says, I know that people are frustrated by the pacing, but I want to assure them, as a person who's dedicated my whole life to civil rights and justice, I'm going to pursue justice vigorously, relentlessly, and uncompromisingly. This is what he told MSNBC on Monday. Now, today, with these new charges, he's just asking for the public's continued patience. You know, he said that he cannot say too much, but they are preparing to try the case. Now, the other three officers, they're expected to be in custody by the end of the day today. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. So I was wondering, you know, are they going to be held in county jail or state prison? That's unknown. So it's unknown whether those three officers who were charged today, June 3rd, 2020, whether they'll be held in county jail or state prison. Now, complex.com, they've compiled a list state by state of other ways that you can contribute to the cause. These donations will assist George Floyd's family and those who are protesting his death. I will put the link in the comment section or in the description section. Okay. So Jay-Z, he was on the phone with, he did call was it the governor or the mayor of, was it the governor? I think it was the governor. Correct me in the comments. I don't even remember. And he was talking, I think it was Tim Walz, who's the governor of Minnesota. He had a phone conversation with him and they were talking, and this is not about criticizing what any of these public figures or celebrities, if you call them that, have done in the past. I don't care nothing about that. I'm concerned about and interested in what they're doing now. A lot of people have criticisms. Let's see how long these celebrities keep up that energy. Somebody decided to post that in my comment section when I did the video about Portia protesting, and when Tanya Sams was on IG Live showing the damage to her restaurant in downtown Atlanta, and she didn't even blame the protesters. She just kept saying she understood, and she said things could be replaced. So, there was one rotten apple that basically had something negative to say, and I thought it was just so tacky, in my opinion, because I responded by saying, I don't care if an individual, whether they're a public figure or not, if they step out on the battlefield for 5 minutes, that's more than enough of a statement, in my opinion. These people are out there risking their lives, okay, putting themselves in harm's way in the middle of a pandemic to evoke some sort of change that I'm sure we all will benefit from. So just seeing some of these, celebrities in particular, these two in particular, I decided to do commentary on. I mean, I'm not singing their praises and bowing down to them. I'm just acknowledging the efforts that these people are making. Celebrities, public figures, non-celebrity, regular citizens, ordinary people. They're out there on the front lines, and God bless them all is all I can continue to keep saying. But if you're someone who still wants to, contribute or, help, like I said, I will put the link. It's on complex.com. I'll put the link in either the comment section or the description. So you can take a look. I mulled over everything. I checked everything out. And, I'm not being paid by Complex to promote this, but I did see that this is a publication that I frequent, Complex that is, and I visit them a lot. So they are a reliable source. And there's also other ways that you can contribute as well. I encourage all of you to do your research. This stuff is readily available online. So there's other ways to contribute. The choice is yours. So I respect anyone's contribution either way. All right, let's move it along. KEKE Palmer, she led a interesting conversation. She had a conversation with the National Guard soldiers, a couple of them. This was on Tuesday in Los Angeles, and she's basically speaking out against President Cheeto Head's rhetoric and requesting that the armed officers march with the protesters. Now, in a clip that has gone viral, it was posted by NBC News, correspondent Gady Schwartz. I always like to give credit. And this was on Tuesday afternoon. Palmer basically can be heard addressing a May 29th tweet posted by President Cheeto Head, in which he wrote, "When the looting starts, the shooting starts." So I'm going to play the audio and you guys can take a listen.
Saying once the looting starts, the shooting starts. You have a president talking about the Second Amendment as a use for people to come out here and use firearms against the people that are protesting. This is the messages that we're seeing. I don't know if you on social media, because the news don't tell you everything, but you have to pay attention to what's going on, or else we have a president that's trying to incite a race war, and when the borders are closed, we can't leave. You have people in here that need your help. This is when you and y'all stand together with the community, with society, to stop the governmental oppression, period. We need you. So then march with us. March beside us. You get your people. Y'all march beside us. March beside us. March beside us. Let the revolution be televised. March beside us and show us that you're here for us. Make history with us, please. Let's just do it. March with us. We'll start marching. You march with us. please.
I can't.
There's two of
Do
y'all.
it, just come on. Be the change, be the change. Do it, please, do it, please. We are good people. March with us.
I'll make you a deal.
March with
Because
us.
I can't leave this post. I will march through this street with you guys to that next intersection.
I don't know.
I
It
will march
was
from this intersection to that intersection, but I have to control this area.
control. What is it to control, man? March with us. It was send a huge message. We just march. Just march with us. March the whole round.
The soldier is telling her that he can't leave his post. There's 4 of them, and she's standing before them, and the crowd is surrounding, and she's saying, march with us. Come on, we need you. And they're like, I can't leave my post. And he's telling her that he can march with her a couple of blocks down from that specific spot where they're standing. So she wants them to march right now, and they're trying to tell her like, no, we can't leave our post because they have a job to do. So she wasn't trying to hear that. But just listen to how she's speaking so passionately, right? Like she's literally out there in the trenches in the middle of all of this, and she's not afraid, and talking directly to these National Guard soldiers. It's almost done.
With us, march. You and your men, y'all protect us. Protect us. Y'all march with us. March around like we just did. Do that march with us. Y'all stand beside us. No, you don't, because you the protector. So if you can't patrol yourself, if it's you that's supposed to be patrolling us, then walk with us.
I'm also protecting some of these businesses.
Okay. Okay.
Well, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you take a kneel? Can you take a kneel?
I don't know. It ain't enough for me.
Let me see you
They
take
ain't
a
enough for
kneel.
me.
Thank you. Let me see you take a
They
kneel.
ain't enough for me.
Let me see you take a kneel.
One of the protesters that was standing next to KEKE Palmer, she asked these soldiers, can they take a kneel? So they started kneeling, and the crowd is cheering, and KEKE Palmer can be heard saying, that ain't enough for me. That ain't enough for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Together. Let's all do it
He
together.
said that ain't enough.
Everybody, let's all do it together. You against George Floyd, take a kneel. Let's all do it together.
So, you can just see how she took her time to articulate herself, and I'm here for it. I'm just here for all of this. Everybody who is out there. If you're listening to this commentary right now and you were out there, or you're contributing, or you're helping in some way, thank you. And it's not even about me to thank you, but I'm just saying thank you, because again, changes are being made, whether we see them as little or big, whether we see them as, they apply to us or not, but changes are being made. And as long as we move the needle a little bit, we can continue to keep the momentum. I love how Black people are supporting one another. You know what I mean? There's so many peaceful protests all throughout the country. No matter how much they highlight all the negativity, you have to keep in mind these news outlets on television, these networks, they want ratings. So of course they're going to give you the most salacious, most provocative version of what is going on. But there are so many peaceful protests taking place. In my home state of New Jersey, there are many different counties. I've seen video of some of my people in Jersey participating in peaceful protests. But they're not going to highlight that on these networks because they have to get ratings. Ratings equal money for them. And we're not going to negate what is going on out there. Things are very violent out there, but let's also focus on the peaceful protests that are taking place and control the narrative. So to everybody who made some sort of step or effort in this movement, shout out to you. Blessings to you. Big up to you. So what do you guys think about KEKE Palmer addressing the National Guard? Share your thoughts. Did you get a chance to take a look at the letter that was published in some of these major publications by Team Rock, which is an extension of Jay-Z's Rock Nation? What is it, an entertainment company or I can't even think of the word. I'm just overwhelmed with just excitement about what is transpiring. If you haven't heard, again, the 3 officers that were involved in aiding and abetting a murder. Okay, they were charged and they will be in custody before the end of today, June 3rd, 2020. So share your respectful comments. Ignorance is not necessary. I know some people can't help it, but we're just going to delete you. So thank you for listening to my commentary. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like the video if you liked it, drop your comments. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and make sure you're clicking the notification bell. This way you will be notified each and every time I upload. All right, Royal Family, can't wait to read your comments. And so those of you who have been posting encouraging words for people, engaging comments, also information, thank you. I thank you for keeping my platform royal and classy. All right, I'm signing off. And until next time, peace.